Yeah, fuck about that baby. All that yeah, the baby. Oh, you shouldn't say that. The baby. Now who go do something? I'm back toting gun now. Toting gun and smoking weed. Who go do something about it?
Oh yeah, DD got a podcast.
So I'm going to say right now at the very beginning of this video, I'm about to share a very unpopular opinion, and I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash in the comment section, and some people will probably even unsubscribe to the channel. Speaking of subscribers, if you happen to find what I'm saying in this video to not be a bad thing and actually agree with what I'm about to say, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are well on our way to 100,000 subscribers. It's been a long time coming. Now, with that said, 3 or 4 days ago, we covered the tragic story out of Fort Worth, Texas, of the rapper Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter, who were unfortunately unalived in a car wash parking lot by 2 individuals who have since been caught and charged, now being charged with capital. Which, by the way, that will also include the getaway driver, which is this woman who is claiming that she was innocent. And for those of you who don't know, part of the reason that they got caught is because one of them accidentally left his phone in the getaway vehicle.
It was Robinson's girlfriend, according to the affidavit, who identified him. She was seen driving away in the vehicle. Police stopped her and brought her in for questioning, where she told investigators Robinson borrowed the car after dropping her off at work, then called her later, provided the location of the vehicle, and told her to come pick the vehicle up because something had happened. Police say Robinson's Texas identification card was located inside the white Kia.
Yeah, a really bright dude. Well, Charleston White, who happens to find himself in the middle of a lot of controversial situations, as we all know, actually knew Lil Ronnie and actually also knew this as well, as they apparently went through his program when they were much younger. Well, Charleston White is now trending because he went online and had these incredibly crazy things to say about Lil Ronnie.
Say nothing to me, I swear to God they ain't. Go yayo or get out of jail and look the other way about me. You talking about yeah, fuck about that baby. All that dead yeah, fuck the baby. Oh, you shouldn't say that. The baby. Now who go do something? I'm back toting gun now. Toting gun and smoking weed. Who go do something about it? I said fuck the baby. I said Lil Ronnie. Now which one of you go put your life on the line and come die by the baby? Nobody. Did nobody put their life on the line to go look for the baby? What is wrong with y'all? The city of Fort Worth. Fuck the baby. Fuck Lil Ronnie. Fuck whoever mad about me doing a Say Cheese TV interview. I get paid $10,000 interview. You think I give about you bury your baby? I'm gonna talk about whatever I want to talk about. And ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. Come die about it. Come die about it. Yeah, I mean every word I say. Fuck that city of Fort Worth. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I already told y'all, ain't nobody gonna do nothing.
Let me make sure that I say, first and foremost, I don't agree with him. I don't condone it. It was foul. It was wrong. It was insensitive. It was reckless. It was all the things. I don't agree with it. I will never agree with it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why you got to go that far to prove a point. However, I do want to point out in this video why Charleston White said that. You said, well, nothing he can say will be able to excuse what he said. I agree with you. But context is also important. At the end of the day, it's important to understand why he said that. Why do I mention that? Because Charleston White actually had positive things to say about Lil Ronnie up until that point. Well, what changed? I'm about to tell you what changed. Just days before Charleston White went online and said those crazy words, he actually praised Lil Ronnie. He went on Say Cheese TV, which is a very popular YouTube channel that a lot of people will be familiar with. And he had this to say about Lil Ronnie.
Surveillance came out. I mean, this guy, Lil Ronnie, I've been knowing him since he was a kid throwing parties. I was working at the Parks Mall. Like, we was always cool. He was never really in no beef. He was never violent.
Nah, he was a real player type, real cool, laid back guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, was never about any confrontation, none of that.
So how do you go from saying Lil Ronnie is a stand-up guy, he was a family man, I believe he said he's a family man, he's a get money guy, he wasn't necessarily in the streets, all this in the third? Well, it's because he got a lot of backlash for that interview, believe it or not, because that wasn't the only thing he said about Lil Ronnie. He also said that while Lil Ronnie is not a street dude, unfortunately Lil Ronnie is closely associated by affiliation with street dudes like Go Yayo and other people from the area. And he said when you're affiliated with people, sometimes you get hit in the crossfire. Sometimes you're guilty by association, which is 100% the truth.
Well, you know, he's associated with Hood Fame and Go Yayo now. Now,
Yeah.
this is on the gangster shit. I always have been. Even though you ain't on the gangster shit, you're guilty by association. So you might as well be on the gangster. If you hanging with the gangsters on the gangster shit, you got to be on gangster because you're guilty by association. So and he's closely intertwined and connected to it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, he go, yeah, your right-hand man. Or his big brother, so to say. From my understanding, Chucky come with Lil Zach now. So they go way back. So you guilty by association.
Well, he got a lot of backlash for that interview.
Everybody gotta die. And death ain't a bad thing where I'm from. Got a man, nigga, she mad about say TV, just say TV, this your last year living. Man, I've been hearing that for 7 years. They've been hollering about I'm on 2 years ago. Or they had a bet that the street would go meet 4 years ago. Man, ain't nobody go to mother.
So then that prompted him to go online and tell people that unfortunately the way the world works on a spiritual level is that sometimes children have to pay for the sins of their fathers.
Let's not blame the city for this. She had to pay for her father's sins. The preacher can't preach that at the funeral, but we all got to pay for our father's sins. It's scripture. You might not even know your daddy. Never met that mother before. You got to pay for us, we done. Same with your mama. You got to suffer for it. And it's out of your control, boys and girls. You don't get to pick the mother and father that you were born to. You don't get to choose the conditions. You don't get to choose the circumstances. You just happen to be born.
Foul on Fort Worth ISD.
I done got shot when I was 15. My cousin was murdered all over this rap stuff.
Wondering why the school would bring this person to speak to middle schoolers.
Very distasteful. Very extremely distasteful. And someone should be held accountable.
I just want to interrupt for just a sec to say, first of all, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're new to the show, please know we're thirsty to grow and to drink some of this warm water with lemon. You can help us out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. But don't worry, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to hit that like button for me. Thank you. Please follow us on our other socials as well. Thank you for your support.
Nobody was, y'all got mad. Now, I don't want to make this about me, but come on now. Do I need to remind y'all? Do I need to remind y'all? Lil Rodney and them was babies. J-Dub, all they were babies. CJ Casino were babies that put this music scene on, and it's been death and destruction ever since they been rapping. So we go act like, come on now. Come on now. Now all of a sudden, oh, I can't believe this. They been having around this. They was just before Go Yayo went to jail. Wasn't they trying to meet up with CJ going to this block? They been, come on now. Y'all been watching this on the internet. But now it's an innocent baby. Because we all born into sin, none of us is innocent.
I'm going to tell you once again, Charleston White is not lying. Even if you don't believe that from a spiritual perspective, we all know a lot of times in life, we find ourselves dealing with a lot of stuff that our parents a lot of situations that our parents put us in. That's just the truth of the matter. It's a tragic situation. It's an unfortunate situation, but it's the truth. It's the freaking truth. Well, Charleston White got a lot of backlash for that. He had a lot of people in the comment section giving him death threats, sending them death threats, wishing the worst to him. So he went online and he said the horrible things that I played at the very beginning of the video that I'm not going to play again. What's the purpose of this video for me? What Charleston White said was absolutely wrong. It was insensitive. And we should say something to him about what he said. But here's the bigger problem. We are such emotional people, which a lot of people know that we're emotional. Let me tell a lot of you who are not black, who are not from the so-called black community, a little secret about black people. You say the word racism, you say the word racist, and you got our attention. That's all it takes. But a lot of black folks will be more upset, will be more up in arms about you saying something that hurt their feelings, about you saying something that offended them, rather than the actual crime that was done. It reminds me of this channel called the Abolitionist Rising channel. This is off topic, but they'll stand on the side of they'll stand in parks and public spaces with these abortion signs and trying to educate people on what abortion actually is. And people will be more upset about them standing out there with those signs, saying that those signs are offensive, rather than the actual crime itself, rather than the actual act itself. What do I mean? None of y'all had that same energy about the shooters. None of y'all had that same energy about the same type of individuals that did that to Lil Ronnie and his daughter. We have those same type of individuals in our hoods all around America. And every so-called black person know what I'm talking about. It's crash out dummies, and it's people who are willing to do stuff like that and that have done stuff like that and gotten away with it that we don't snitch on. Because we have a no snitching culture. We have a defending people like that culture. In some cases, we even praise those people. I'm not saying everybody in the black community do it, but a lot of us do it. All I'm saying is, If y'all gonna be that upset and ready to cancel somebody, saying that he got what he coming, some of y'all going as far to say Charleston White not gonna make it out of 2025 alive. Look, I get the anger, but why don't we take a lot of that anger and place it in other directions that's actually productive and beneficial? Because Charleston White was simply saying that. Again, I think it was wrong. I disagree with it. But he was saying it to get a reaction out of people who was upset with him for the other positive things and true things he said about Ronnie. So he went as far to say that as a way to provoke people and say, okay, I said it, now what you gonna do? Now what? Again, I wouldn't do it. I infamously went on this radio station a couple of years ago, as a lot of you all who've been following the channel long enough know. And I said, listen, I found myself defending Charleston White a lot. I get called to Charleston White a few times on this channel, but I don't agree with everything that Charleston White do and say.
So you think that's the proper approach, attacking the rappers? So you another Charleston White?
Facts. Let's talk about it. Facts.
Listen,
what's the
bro.
problem with Charleston White?
But Charleston White take things too far. Like he told him,
I do not condone everything.
We ain't finna do that. We ain't finna do that.
I
because
support
you know what he
Charleston
meant.
White, absolutely. But he does a lot of things that I wouldn't do.
But
he does a lot of
trying to
things.
say-
And I got backlash for that. Somebody's gonna say, wait, so you following somebody, supporting somebody that you don't agree with? And then I said this to him.
So
He
you know
does
what?
make
You
sense,
know what
though.
you just told me? You know what you just told me?
What did I just tell you?
You what you just said speak volumes about who you is, home. He's with a nigga you don't.
That's
I ain't know with this part of him, but this part of if
Fair
he
enough.
bogus, he
That's
bogus.
bogus.
If he bogus, he bogus,
Watch
my
this.
guy.
Watch this. You like Rick Ross the rapper?
I like Rick Ross as an artist.
Nah, you know what they just said about
because-
you?
no,
That's what
no,
I
know.
put Molly in her
No,
drink.
no,
She ain't even know.
no.
You support that?
What you mean? Did I?
I put Molly in her
listen to
drink.
it.
She ain't even know. We looking at kidnapping. We looking at.
Sometimes, man, niggas say
Those niggas are entertainers, bro.
So all I'm saying is be consistent, bro. If we gonna be upset about the person that said it, we need to be doing stuff in our communities to prevent people like this who did this to Ronnie and his daughter. We need to be saying something about this, because Charleston White made a great point. People watch these boys beef and these dudes beef for years in Fort Worth, including the police. Very little people did anything about it. They just watched it happen. But if you come online and say things that hurts people's feelings, it's just words. The dude just said words. That's his opinion. It's what he wants to say. Who cares? You gonna wish death threat on him. What are you wishing to the people that's in our communities every day, causing the most destruction and destroying our communities that look just like us? That's all I'm saying, bro. We hypocrites, man. We so emotional, we get more invested in the nonsense than the actual things that's taking place and affecting our everyday life in real life. Hop in the comment section and give me your thoughts, man. I understand everybody won't agree with this, but it is what it is. I'm Demetrius. I go by DD. That's all for this one, man. Until next time. Peace.
Oh, yeah. DD got a podcast.